Today we're diving into one of Houston's most infamous and truly bizarre unsolved cases, the Icebox Murders. If you've never heard of it, let's just say it's a chilling tale that mixes family secrets, gruesome violence, and an eerie disappearance.
Yeah, this case has all the elements of a crime thriller. The fact that it remains unsolved after all these years is part of what makes it so haunting. It's a double homicide that happened back in 1965, involving Fred and Edwina Rogers, and their son Charles, who is the prime suspect. The twist? The murder scene itself, especially what was discovered in the refrigerator, is just unimaginable.
Absolutely. Imagine a police officer walking into a home for a welfare check, and then, in a fridge, he finds what he thinks are cuts of hog meat, but as he looks closer, he realizes it's human body parts. It's like something out of a horror movie.
It's beyond creepy. And the fact that the bodies were dismembered and arranged in a very methodical way is just unnerving. The police also found a keyhole saw and a claw hammer at the scene, tools likely used for the dismemberment. What makes it even weirder is that everything was cleaned up so meticulously, almost as if the killer was trying to make it look like a robbery gone wrong.
Yeah, and the victim's organs, Fred and Edwina's organs, were removed and flushed down the toilet. It's a level of violence that goes beyond just murder. It almost feels like a personal vendetta, right?
Definitely. The investigators immediately turned their attention to Charles Rogers, the son. He was incredibly smart. Nuclear physics degree, served in World War II. But he had a mysterious side. He had no job, was living in the house he owned with his parents, and had been reclusive for years. It's also said that he communicated with his parents through notes under his bedroom door. He hadn't seen his mom in person for 5 years before the murders.
And the fact that Charles disappeared without a trace immediately after the murders only made things more suspicious. The police launched a nationwide manhunt, but they couldn't find him. It wasn't until 10 years later that a judge officially declared him dead.
That's when forensic accountants Hugh and Martha Gardenier got involved. They spent years looking into the case, and they discovered something unsettling. Charles was being financially abused by his parents. His mother had forged his name on property deeds, and his father had stolen from him. They believed that this financial manipulation, combined with years of emotional and physical abuse, may have pushed Charles to the breaking point.
And their theory about what happened that Father's Day in 1965? Charles allegedly lured his mom into his room, shot her execution style, and then bludgeoned his 81-year-old father to death with a hammer. After that, he went to the upstairs bathroom to dismember them, cleaned up the scene, and placed the body parts in the fridge. But here's the real kicker. They think Charles escaped with the help of a girlfriend, driving off in a Cadillac.
I mean, it sounds like a well-thought-out escape plan, doesn't it? And then the Gardeniers' investigation took it a step further, tracking Charles's possible aliases, like Anthony Pitts. They even traced a sale of his plane to this guy. They believe Charles may have made it to Mexico, where he lived under the radar for years, even possibly dying in Honduras.
It's such a wild theory, and of course, with any unsolved case this strange, people started linking it to other conspiracies. The most famous one ties Charles Rogers to the JFK assassination. Some believe he was part of the CIA and was one of the shooters who killed Kennedy.
Right. And they even say that Charles may have been one of the 3 tramps arrested near Dealey Plaza. There's even a connection between Charles and David Ferry, a name that's popped up in all kinds of JFK conspiracy theories. But while some people find these links compelling, others, like the Gardeniers, say it's all speculation, with no real proof to back it up.
Regardless of whether any of those conspiracy theories hold weight, the fact remains that the Icebox Murders case is still unsolved. The house where it happened was eventually torn down in 1972, but the story continues to captivate people to this day.
And it's the mystery, the gruesome details, and Charles's eerie disappearance that really keeps people coming back to this case. The way everything unfolded, it doesn't seem real. It's as if someone took all the elements of a chilling thriller and turned it into reality.
That's the thing. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. The Icebox Murders will probably remain one of Houston's most enduring mysteries until, of course, someone finally uncovers the truth.
Absolutely. And until then, we'll continue to wonder, what happened to Charles Rogers? And was he really behind the murders? Or is there something even darker we've yet to discover?
That's a question that might never be answered. But in the world of true crime, stories like this will always spark curiosity and speculation. What do you think happened? Is it just a case of a man snapping after years of abuse, or do you think there's more to it?